Hello wrestling fans, the Wrestling Wizard here and welcome to a predictions video for this year's Elimination Chamber. Now before we get into the juicy stuff, as always, it'd be really appreciative if you could like the video, share the video and even better, subscribe if you're new. And more importantly, get down in the comments section and share your predictions for this year's show. Now I'm going to start off with what's going to be a pretty cool tag match in Beth Phoenix and Edge taking on Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor, of course part of Judgment Day. And I feel like it's been forever and a day since Edge has feuded with the Judgment Day, but it was his baby, it was his creation, and you can't ever forget that because Judgment Day come down to a theme by Alter Bridge, and when you think of Alter Bridge you think of Metalingus, and when you think of Metalingus you think of one of the best themes in WWE history with Edge's theme, of course. So I like the subtle details with that. It reminds you that Edge was the founder, so Edge has to be the one to destroy the Judgment Day. Now I don't think the Judgment Day are going to be destroyed, the Judgment Day are just getting started, but in this matchup I truly believe that Edge and Beth Phoenix are going to get the victory. Remember, Rhea's got bigger fish to fry. She's worried about Charlotte. She wants the SmackDown Women's Championship at Mania, which I believe she's going to get. And Edge and Finn Balor can face off in a one-to-one match if they want to continue this on until WrestleMania. And it kind of makes sense where at that point, Finn Balor can get the victory because he's the future. The Judgment Day is the future. So for this tag match, you can let Beth and Edge have their moment, and I'm looking forward to seeing the Glamazon in the ring as well. It's going to be cool to watch her like decimate, probably spear again, let's face it, Rhea. But this match really is meaningless in terms of the grand scheme of things heading into WrestleMania. So I'm going with Edge and Beth Phoenix for the W. Next up, we move on to the Women's Elimination Chamber match. And what I like about this match is they've heated up every single person in this match really nicely. Look at the way they presented Liv Morgan, Raquel, Natalya, even a returning Carmella, Nikki Cross. But for me, the victor's got to be Asuka. It makes sense for her to take on Bianca Belair and return to the top in the women's division. She deserves it. And if you go all the way back to WrestleMania 34 and her taking that loss to Charlotte and her undefeated streak getting broken, it was kind of the start of the downfall to the Asuka character. She's never been the same since. She's had some great moments, so, you know, let's not get that wrong. The fact that Becky Lynch literally passed on the Raw Women's title to her, she won the Money in the Bank and all of that way back when. But to see this kind of vibes, this fierce, this terrifying version of Asuka, just a little freshen up with the theme as well, this is somebody that fans can really get behind. Now, there's going to be strong showings from all the other women in this match, but for me, there's only one logical victor in this, in Asuka. And have her go over Bianca Belair. No fan is going to have a problem with that. And also at the same time, for Bianca to lose, this can maybe welcome a long overdue heel turn for Bianca, a freshen up, a change to her character, which let's, you know, not slate her here, but she's been getting a bit stale as champion. It's not a historic run that we're going to remember. Like, she puts on clinics, absolute 5-star matches, and I'm sure it will be a 5-star match at WrestleMania, whoever she faces, but it's got to be Asuka to do that in my opinion. So I'm going with Asuka for the W. Now moving on to the Men's Elimination Chamber match for the United States title, and I can't see this any other way than Austin Theory being the victor. And it makes sense. Keep booking him strong. This kid's got it all, in my opinion. He's the real deal. And you think about it, you can come out and cut a promo after the Elimination Chamber on Raw and just say that he's the most dominant United States champion of all time. And then you can trigger John Cena. Again, bit of fantasy booking here because we know how much John Cena meant to the United States title and vice versa. And so have a matchup between the two, a kind of passing of the torch kind of scenario. You know, an acknowledgement of the kid that has done some fantastic work. And it makes sense. I can't see anybody else becoming the victor. Of course, you can't overlook the likes of Seth Rollins, even Bronson Reed within that matchup, and of course others. But to me, I can't see it going any other way than Theory. I just can't see it. I really can't. Now, moving on to, the juicy matchup, Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal title, if that's what they're calling it this week. Now, this is in Montreal, Canada, all right? This is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn homeland. So you've got to think there's going to be some form of crowd-friendly moment, a crowd-popping moment of some sorts. Now, sadly, the outcome, I really can't see Roman Reigns getting defeated here at the Elimination Chamber. I truly believe that's going to be left to the grandest stage of them all. But in terms of predictions, I've got a feeling that Solo's going to get involved. I've got a feeling we could see Jay. Now, I could be wrong in the fact that I know Jimmy has got a DUI charge, a lot of them, so he can't get into Canada. But does that mean that Jay can't get into Canada? Like, I'm not 100% sure on it. I don't want to say something if it's not 100% gospel. So if Jay can somehow get there, what if he is loyal to Roman Reigns all along and then cost Sami Zayn? It's a heartbreaking moment, and then of course that would add fuel to the fire, and then you could then have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn take on the Usos at WrestleMania and break their undefeated streak, which has been forever and a day, it seems, at this moment. Now, Kevin Owens is going to get involved. There's going to be outside interference and shenanigans along the way, but I think it's going to be heartbreaking for Sami Zayn. Now, I'd love to see somehow, some way, there's some interference that causes some form of controversy, and somehow Sami Zayn gets into the WrestleMania main event somehow. Triple threat, maybe. The crowd wants Sami Zayn on top, so WWE have backed themselves into a little bit of a corner with this, where they go. How do they please the fans? Is the tag team titles enough for Sami Zayn in how over he is, arguably the top babyface, really, alongside someone like Bray Wyatt on SmackDown and in the entire business, you could argue as well. So it's a tough one, isn't it? But we're going to have to wait and see. I kind of feel at the back of my mind, though, and again, this is just me being so hopeful, I get Eddie Guerrero, Brock Lesnar vibes from No Way Out 2004. When Eddie won, we didn't think he was going to beat Brock Lesnar. And what a moment that was. So the fact that it's in Canada, in Montreal, Quebec, could it be the time and place where we see an absolute shock of the century in Sami Zayn being victorious? But I'm going with Roman Reigns to retain, as much as it's a boo-boo, hiss-hiss moment there. Now, it seems clear we're also going to get Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, where I can't see Bobby Lashley winning. I think it's going to be Brock Lesnar. I don't think Brock Lesnar is going to get defeated in this matchup. I really can't see it. And I'm loving the hillbilly babyface version of Brock. And the fans seem to have sided with Brock in this as well. Like, fans love Bobby Lashley, but when you put Brock and Bobby Lashley together, supposedly both as baby faces, then, you know, you're going to choose Brock Lesnar, aren't you? I think this is going to be, this loss potentially from Bobby Lashley is going to be the start of the reformation of the Hurt Business again. Again, this is just me with wishful thinking here, but we'll have to wait and see. What do you think? Get down in the comment section, share your thoughts and opinions. Do you think there's going to be some shocks, some turns, some twists? It's so hard to predict, and that is why it's a must-see show, a must-see moment. I'm praying Sami Zayn wins. I just really hope he does, but I don't think he will. As always, thank you so much for watching the video. It'd be really appreciative if you could like the video, share the video, and even better, subscribe if you're new, and we'll catch you in the next one.